What's up, y'all? This is the 50-liter duffel from Asgard. Asgard, A-S-G-A-R-D. Asgard. Now, 50 liters is massive, actually. I'll show you how this bag expands, and I've got it packed out to the brim. This is if I was traveling for a month in Nashville and I needed all my tech gear as well as my clothing in one bag. And honestly, it does a solid job of fitting it with one exception. You can see it's got the backpack straps. It's made from a really burly, heavy duty material. It's got weatherproofing on all the zippers. There's a lot of features to cover on this bag. Actually, it's a fairly simple bag, an important bag. I think a very interesting bag. But here's my gist about this bag. Okay, first of all, it's got a massive capacity, okay? You unclip these guys, and I mean, I've got it like really filled up. 50 liters, most travel bags are 40 liters. That's about the limit of most carry-on. This, because you've got all these compression straps, you can suck and pull this thing down and fit it on even when it's packed out pretty full. So first and foremost, the capacity is just huge. Like, I don't know of another bag that can fit as much stuff as this. The Heimplanet 40 liter, the older one is a little bigger than the current one. And even that, I think, is like, this is fitting more stuff because of the way it's shaped. Obviously, this is 50 liter, that's quote 40 liters. Do you know about liters and bags? Like, it's not a real number. Like, it's not, they're just like sort of, it's helpful and useful to gauge the general size of a bag, but this isn't exactly 50 liters. It's about 50 liters. When you see a bag that's like 30 liters, it's like, it's about 30 liters. They're not exact numbers, but this thing is massive. Now, number 2 on this thing, I gotta dig it right off the front. Sorry, Asgard, I gotta give you a little dig because I think this bag is really interesting and I want to travel with this bag, but I can't because these straps are just not comfortable enough. When the bag is not as packed out as this, they're totally fine. But when you have a big load in this thing, these straps just aren't satisfactory to me. You can see they have a cutout here so that you can easily grab them like the Wandered bags. I've seen that on. An interesting idea, which I don't think that's necessarily so much the problem as just simply the material isn't quite burly enough. I want a wider, fatter, you can see like right here where it cuts away into, like I just walked around in this thing for about 20 minutes when I was packing it out and checking it out and testing it out. And honestly, it's fine. I mean, you could totally deal with it because you can carry so much stuff on your back. Check this out. Here's the size of it, right? Big old bag. Big old honking bag. Massive guy. And when it's loaded out really big and heavy like this, these things just, they dig. There's not a hip strap, which would be another big upgrade. I have a feeling that these guys will upgrade this thing to be able to carry more of your load because honestly, you need to know this bag's like 150 bucks right now at the time of making this. Like, that's like a really affordable price for a bag this size, this quality. I would totally spend a little bit more money to have my straps on here be just dope. Because, you know, when you're traveling, it's like the whole bag's on your straps. And I've got my niños, you know what I mean? I got the kids. And so, like, I need to be able to get down and get up. I need to be able to throw this thing on, clip in. I would love to be able to have a hip cinch around there that was placed up on the bag in some place so that it's not down at the bottom. It's like right in here so that when I'm connected and completely strapped to I could even take the straps off and it's still like sitting up. That takes off so much of the weight from your shoulders, so you're putting it right on your hips, which are just like, they're load-bearing machinery, man. So that's my number one, and basically my only real dig on this thing is I just want to see these straps updated because everything else is kind of dope. One other thing I want updated, number 3 here, is my laptop. There's not a laptop spot. Now this is not like you can easily get over this, right? I just keep my laptop right at the top of the bag. I pull it out. I don't know if the TSA will let me put my laptop in a case like this, so then I'll probably have to pull that out and put that there. It's a bummer. It's just another step. And when I've got the niños and I'm traveling, you know what it's like. Like, it's just not what you want to be doing. You don't want to be spending your time pulling stuff. And what I want is a little laptop compartment that's like bzz, bzz, just quick and easy. I just want to be able to pull it right out, throw it in the tray, and then like pick it up on the other side and throw it in my bag. So I'd love that to be added to a bag like this, just because so many of us are traveling with a laptop. You could add it on the back panel or something like that. I'm sure there's an innovative way to do it because when this thing gets totally set up for like it's comfortable to put on, you can walk in it for hours. You've got a place to put your laptop to go through TSA. This thing's gonna be a real contender. Now, why do I keep saying it's gonna be a real contender? Number one, because the number one I said earlier, the massive capacity. You can fit so much stuff. But also number two, I think the look is pretty dope. This is their gray one. Their black one looks even better, I think. It's just a nice, understated, simple look to a bag. But also, it's made of really high quality stuff. This material is actually totally weatherproof. Like, it's coated with a water resistance. You got the YKK zippers with the AquaGuard seal. So water isn't getting into the bag almost at all. So you've got this nice weather resistance here on the bag and made from burly materials. This webbing like goes all the way around the bag and it's got all these grip handles and you can clip stuff onto it and carry the bag from that. Is really, really high quality stuff. You can kind of throw this bag around. I get the sense that the folks behind Asgard are like kind of dirt bags, a little bit like me. They do a lot of outdoor stuff. They need gear that they can throw around. So they actually did good work on the materials here, giving us tons of handles and grips and lash points and stuff like that for any of your burly gear needs. All right, so that's my gist on this bag. I want to see a couple improvements before I can really travel with it because the straps are just a little too uncomfortable. Hip strap would be awesome. I can do without the laptop pocket, but if a future version had a laptop pocket, I'd be like, ding, 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 bye. So let me show you how this bag works. Let me show you what it's like. First of all, you've got these like little like nipple clips down over here, these little flappers. Just got some clips that it's another way of cinching the bag down. Goes all the way down. You could cinch it like crazy to pull it close. Then you'll see two over here, and then on the other side, two over here. These are cinch down straps, and they actually do this nice innovative little thing where the edge bit, the end bit that flips and flops around, right? This thing has a D-ring or like a little plastic ring that's connected to that, so it stays flat. So let's go ahead and undo those guys just to show you some of the space we're working with. Do it on the other side too and get as much of this going as possible so we can get it totally stretched out. Now, two quick access pockets, okay? One on the same thing on either side. Just a little guy, place to put your phone when you go through security, maybe your headphones if you travel with them. I got my Ninos when I'm traveling, so I don't get to do my headphones. But I would throw my headphones right in here. This is another maybe little place for improvement on the bag. To have a couple more places I can get to tech on my, while I'm traveling would be dope. I don't know how you'd really do it on this bag. Maybe if there was like, so you see there's on this side here, this is like a shoe pocket. Inside there, it's just got like a simple nylon. It's nice. I actually like this nylon quite a bit as a liner. It's very thin and minimal, but it's somehow something about the weave of it feels nicer than most nylon. You know, a lot of bags like Air and others will just throw the cheapest nylon they can get or just a decent nylon in there because it's going to be fine. It's always nice though when you get one that feels a little bit better. It doesn't feel that bad. I like it. I don't use that at all because I just pack out totally to the hilt my gear on the inside. Now I'm going to show you what this is like when there's less stuff in it, because you can use this bag with a lot less stuff. But I'm really thinking principally here about a travel bag that you can fit a lot of your stuff in, you can comfortably carry it, and you can fit a lot of your stuff in, and you can carry it on, and all your stuff fits. So when I look at this bag, that's the first thing I get interested in, is the capacity to carry this stuff. I mean, for me as a daily carry or as like a gear bag or something, it's less interesting than being able to really travel with this and have like one travel bag that that's the one you use. For a lot of stuff or for a little bit of stuff, like this is the one you use. Now the materials are all there, the design, the aesthetic, seems like the ethos of the company is like all right there for me. I just need more comfortable straps. And a laptop compartment if you could spare it. And it'd be kind of nice to have a couple other, like some other place, some tech panel. I don't know. I could easily, that one's like the least important. That's the least important. Because here's how I travel when I do like a big bag like this. Basically everything's on the inside of the bag in packing cubes. And then I've got my daily carry. I normally have to bring a smaller daily carry with me, right? So I've got my laptop in this little guy from YNOT. They make this great laptop cache thing. It feels so secure and nice in there, and it's got one extra pocket. So I just put that on the top of the bag because it keeps a little bit of security from my laptop and padding and stuff like that. But it also makes it so I can get to it for security. Now, preferably I would have my laptop up against my back, right? This is not. This is on the outside of the bag. My back is over here. I would love to be able to slide my laptop right in there. But if I did so, then I would not be able to pull it out for TSA, at least not very easily. So I put my laptop there, and then just underneath that is a small daily carry bag. Let me show you this. This is also from YNOT. Little simple nothing bag. It's just like I've got my daily carry stuff in here. I put my laptop inside of there, and this is everything that I need for daily carry. This is all my work shit that I need right in here, okay? So once I get through TSA, I am able to put my laptop inside of here. I put it right up in the top of the bag, throw it right back in. And now when I get on the plane, I can set my bag down, open this up, pull out my daily carry bag, throw it under the seat in front of me, and then close this guy up, throw it in the overhead compartment. Now, this is not necessarily ideal. I love minimal travel because I can fit my bag under the seat in front of me and I have everything with me, but this isn't that bad, right? I pop out, I've got everything I need for the flight, and then this goes in the overhead compartment. When the flight is over, I have to pull this thing down, or I normally would just like put this on my back, grab this by the handles and walk out the aisle. Then when I get out in the airport, put this inside again. Then put this big bag on my back. That's the tax for using a big bag, is it doesn't fit in the seat in front of you. You need your shit, your iPad, your headphones, your journal, your book you're reading. While you're on the plane, you need that stuff. And so this is one of the solutions I've found for doing that when I travel. Okay, let's push that aside and let's look at just some of the space inside of here. I don't know how I'm gonna show you this. Let's try this. Okay, I don't know. Does that give you a sense of like how big this thing is? It's just this gaping maw. Inside of it, there are some like little flat organizer things. I literally don't know what people would use that for. My stuff's spilling out. So let me just show you what I got because it's all in packing cubes. Okay, a little sweater and a jacket, like a puffy jacket that I throw in there because then I've got 2 packing cubes going in this, okay? This is just a regular ass packing cube with some jeans and some a couple pairs of shorts and some underwear. And this is a packing cube with just shirts, like about 6 or 7 pairs of shirts here. Now, pairs of shirts, just shirts. Shirts don't come in pairs, Chase. Thank you. Sorry, I totally slipped there. No, absolutely. It happens to all of us. Okay, so this right here, these are all my clothes. This is all my clothes. Look at the size of this bag. And here's my clothes. It just takes up like, I don't know, like that in the bag. I don't know. It's not very much compared to the size of the bag is what I'm trying to say. Very simple amount of clothing. Well, what is exciting here is this bag's so big, I was able to fit a huge camera cube in it. Now, this is all my camera gear that I need to take to Nashville. I'm living there for a month. There's a camera that's going to go right here. Got all my podcast audio gear. Got a Fujifilm X100T for still photos. Little microphone. Got some microphones and cables. Lots of stuff that I need just like in this big ass, really padded packing cube from Pacsafe. It's a great packing cube, honestly. It feels, or like a camera cube. It feels very nice and secure. But like it fit inside this bag with my clothing and my daily carry and my jacket and my sweater. Like, do you understand? Like, that's so big. That's so big. And so when I say the straps aren't very comfortable, please hear it in the context of I have so much shit on my back. So I'm gonna take the camera cube away, and I'm gonna pack it up, all that stuff except for this packing cube, and then we're gonna show you what this is like with like a medium capacity. Okay, my packing cubes fit pretty perfectly, just like lined up right next to each other like that. You know, it's always a challenge to find what packing cubes fit perfectly in your bag. So what I recommend is just like, honestly, they're so cheap. Just go on Amazon and order like a few different kinds and send back the ones whatever you don't want to keep. That way you can have, normally what's nice to have, they always send it like with the extra large, a large, a medium, and a small. But normally it's like 2 mediums ends up being like, I really need 2 mediums and 1 large or something like that. So just honestly spend the money and try them out and then send back whatever you don't need. You don't need special features. You don't need compression on the shit. You don't need a zip around. Like you don't need any of that stuff. You just need something that's just gonna last. It has like a decent enough zipper, it's not gonna break. Okay, so I throw those guys in there like that. I always check to see where my top of the bag is because the top and the bottom up here look exactly the same because I want to make sure that where I put my daily carry, where I put my laptop, it's gonna have some padding at the bottom, which I get from my jacket, which I just kind of throw under there. And same thing with my sweater, which if I was doing this nicely, I would spread it out a bit more. And then the daily carry goes in like so. Okay, so that's everything in there. Now let's cinch this sucker down and start up here and just see what it looks like when we're totally cinched. Now I will say one thing with these cinches is where they pull, they kind of like pull right where your quick access pocket is. Right? You see that thing just like disappearing right here? It's right in there, but it's gonna go away when I pull this thing down. So like the quick access pocket and their little octagon-y thing are like they get like turned in like that. Not the best sort of design there. There could probably be a more thoughtful way to set that up. But you should know when you're making a bag, you're thinking of a million different things and like you have to pick and choose what you care about. But that's why they pay me the big bucks and send me all the bags is because I get nitpicky as fuck. Just about the stuff that matters, not about some bullshit. Because there's nothing like it when you're traveling with a bag that's like thoughtful, when you're using an artifact, a thing that's designed and created by people that like, honestly, they thought about it. They were smart. They were intentional. They brought some love. Have you ever had good fucking barbecue, like really good barbecue? You know what that is? It's love. It's thoughtfulness. It's consideration. It's care. It's understanding, okay, this is how this meat cooks. Oh, this is what makes a good sauce. It's tradition. It's love. It's all that stuff. There's tradition. There's love and stuff in bags. And I love it when a bag company comes out with something like this that's interesting. And I'm like, there's room for improvement. Now, look at how good this thing looks actually. I mean, I think with like the handles, the webbing and stuff, I think it looks kind of dope. If I was just carrying this stuff, I would be really satisfied with these straps. Not satisfied, but I think they would be fine. Like I'd be like, those are fine straps. They're not my favorite, but they're fine. Okay, and then here's the bag on my back. This is without the camera cube. So it still takes up, like, it looks like the full-size bag. But as you know, because you've seen it all packed out with a bunch more shit, this is actually like a lot smaller than it was before. Now, if I had some hip straps that had some fat padding or something right here that came around and I could lock that in so it would be like that would be like, dude, all the pressure's off my shoulders. That's amazing. My hips know exactly what to do with that. My legs, my glutes, let me work. That's what they're saying. They're like, let me work for you. Okay, so for going on longer treks, and when I'm traveling with my kids and my family, it's like serious business. It's like going to war. So if I can strap in, lock in, and be ready to go like, all right, what do you need? Come with me. Get the fuck off of that, Aiden. You get down from that right now. All right, you hungry? I'm hungry. I think I'm about to lose my shit. You know? It's like, and I could do all of that with just like hands-free. There's no sternum strap, right? It's nice to be able to just lock in and just go like, all right, we're ready to go. So I have to admit that I look for that in a bag. In a travel bag, I look for that because it's a real, I take travel very seriously because you get to see so much when you travel. You get to experience so much, but it is always a fucking hassle, especially with kids. But it's worth it. And so anything I can do to make it like easier and better, this like gear is one of those ways. Okay, now I have my water bottle out here because there's not like an external water bottle pocket. There's all of these little lash strap like connector things that I could just, connect it to. I don't like floating around with a water bottle, so I'd probably end up just shoving it in. And even though it would make part of the bag bulk out, it would be fine. Then you've got these quick access pockets and like the water bottle's making that one spread out a bit. This one over here is sort of hiding, like, cause now getting into it. It's just a little bit of a, you gotta readjust and reorganize it a bit. And it's not the best. So I don't know, maybe if we move that up a little bit. It's right on this line where they've already got some stitching. Just ideas, I don't know. So let's talk about a couple other bags that you can check out in relation to this one. This is what I call like a maximum one bag travel bag, and a minimal one bag travel bag, and a medium one bag travel bag, right? Because it can actually compress down to whatever size you need it to be. Like this compresses a lot further down than this, and it's pretty dope. So other bags that you should check out, I think you need to check out the Heimplanet Monolith 40 liter, another massive capacity carry-on bag that is made from really great materials. This thing has it beat on the weatherproofness. I'm not familiar with this material. I know what it's called, but I like they've got it on their website, but I've never dealt with bags that are made out of this before. It feels pretty good. It also, like, there's this part of me, because the straps feel kind of cheap because the mesh and the padding and the way that it's like kind of put together, it just kind of doesn't feel like uber quality. Like I wish, if that's definitely a room for improvement spot. And by the way, on these straps, like you can unclip from any of these things and put it like, connect them just up here so that you just do an over the shoulder thing. You can do it like a bunch of different ways. You can carry it here on the side on these straps. You can carry it however you want to. I always want to carry with a backpack though, because then I'm way more hands-free than any other way. Okay, so Heimplanet Monolith 40 liter, I think is one you need to check out. I did a full review on that one. Check it out. I also think the Nomatic Travel Bag you should check out because it's similar. It has a square, boxy sort of thing. It's made out of some materials that are much more like rigid, hypolani, I forget what the name of it now for some reason. Tarpaulin, that's what it's made out of. And it's got like the water resistance thing going on. We used that and traveled there with that one in Mexico for 3 months. And honestly, it was pretty good. There's a lot of organization. So if you're crazy about that stuff, get into that one. I did a whole review on it. But what you really need to do is you need to go to bagworks.co and check out the one bag travel buyer's guide. All right. That's what I've got on the site with every one bag travel reviewed for you. And basically my favorite ones, the ones I think you need to definitely know about. Because one bag travel, again, I'm talking like you might not know about one bag travel. One bag travel is dope. It will change your life, probably, maybe. It did for me. And you don't have to stick with it forever, but you've got to try it, I think, a little bit. It's so nice to travel with one bag. I always say it's like, you know that feeling when you quit your job and then you wake up the morning and you're just like, oh my God, none of these are my problems. Oh my God, I just don't have to deal with any of that shit anymore. That is what one bag travel is like, oh my God, I don't have to deal with any of that shit anymore. You do have to carry a bag, but like, you've got a good bag. You've got everything you need on your shoulders. Like you've minimalized your packing and you're like, I'm ready to go. Okay, so that's the Asgard 50 liter duffel. Asgard! I really like what my fingers are sensing about this company. I think that they've got something good going on, and I want them to make a little bit of improvements. Hopefully that lands okay. Hopefully they're not mad at me for saying that, because there's something really special about this bag to me. I'm like, this is the kind of direction I think we should be going with one bag travel, because it's so extensible. You can use it for anything. I just want to see a couple of those improvements. Thank you for watching. Listen, I do bag reviews like this all the time, and I collect all of them at bagworks.co, where you can search, you can find stuff, you can look at my favorite daily carry bags, my favorite one bag travel bags, my favorite bags for work, my favorite bags for the gym and work. All of that is at bagworks.co, and while you're there, get on the email list, because two things. We're gonna be doing giveaways of bags and getting like little things going on there, so you could win a freaking bag. Like something like this, okay? And number two, like I'm never gonna spam you. That's just not how I'm gonna make this a long-term relationship, okay? I am never going to send you shit that I don't think is actually pretty interesting. So get on the email list there, because you just watched a bag video. So you care about bags and might as well stay afloat of like, what are the information that's coming out a couple times a year that's like, I don't know, what kind of bags are people like, what did I miss? But let's be honest, you just like throw your hat in the ring. Get a free bag if you can. Okay, you guys, and honestly, subscribe to the channel. Comment below if you have any questions. I'll be answering that as much as possible, and subscribe and like, because YouTube seems to care about that sort of thing, I think. But thanks for being a bag whore. being interested in bags, listen, we've got a support group starting up. We're going to be meeting every third Thursday of the month, and we're just going to be drinking some punch and talking about the kinds of things that our bags enable us to do. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bagworks.co, chasereeves.net. Those are the websites.
I guess those are the websites.
Yeah, I
he's
guess
wanting
so.
us to, I guess, go check out what he's up to or something like that.
Yeah, looks nice.